there's a lot of people out there that don't know what even this is, and how it's been hacked, quote unquote, is insane. Some would say it's sweet, sweet karma. I'll let you be the judge. NBC News. Women are anonymously spilling tea about men in their cities on viral app. Quoting, I've seen so many people I know on the app. It's crazy, said one user of tea. Did that user have a nose ring? Which topped the Apple App Store charts this week, shortly before the app was hacked. When Sid Walker opens the tea app, she's greeted by a barrage of posts about men and their apparent red and green flags. He's a cheater, Walker said, reading some of the comments on one post out loud, which, oh, by the way, here's the problem. We are to trust the individual making the post about this. This is fundamentally why an app like this would never work. Imagine someone, say, that is not mentally all there. Say a former journalist at Kotaku that's unhinged and suing people, that seems to be quite scorned and just hates men and literally has a tattoo on her ass that says all men are enemies. And imagine that she's dating some dude that's a hardcore cuck, and this guy is just like, you know what? This isn't going to work. I got to break this off. This is just, this chick's too crazy, even for me. Imagine her writing a review of, oh my goodness, this person did these awful things to me. He cheated on me. He abused me, or this, that, the other thing. Imagine someone like that doing things like that on this and giving this perception of an individual that literally isn't any of that. And we're just to believe all women because a woman, hold on, I need full screen for this. All right, I need to clear my throat. A woman would never lie, right? What clubs does he go to? Another person asked on a different post. He's cute. The app, which appears to have been advertising itself online since at least last fall, allows users to solicit feedback about specific men they're dating. I mean, kind of sounds like this is a lawsuit waiting to happen. Just like personal information being thrown out there about people. This sounds like an absolute shit show. What about HIPAA and privacy laws and everything else? Like, this is crazy that this was even allowed in the first place. But regardless, Walker, 22, is among the 4 million users on the woman-only safety app, which this week became the #1 free app in the Apple App Store. It picked up viral traction in the last month after some people began talking about it on Reddit and TikTok. The app gained more than 900,000 new signups in the last few days, which is insane. T said on social media, getting off the wait list can now take days, an inconvenience many new users complained about in comments on the app's Instagram posts. Upon opening T, users are presented with local men whose photos have been uploaded. Like, not by those men, by the way. Other people have uploaded them. Okay. Along with their first names. For each of the men, other women on the app can report whether they deem him a red flag or a green flag and leave comments about him. So here's the thing, by the way. I'm not against this in the sentiment of green, red, like people can do this, that's fine. But the problem that I have is leave comments about him, because this is where you get into the legalities of what you're saying about the person that you would need to factually back up, or you could legitimately face a lawsuit about it. Like, that's why, like, I think about Kotaku Detected on SmashJT.com, where I have pictures of journalists that are publicly facing images of these people from their respective websites or disrespected websites, depending on how you look at them. And I have underneath them, you could say, red flags that I have called out. And then I source what I'm saying and why I'm saying it. And typically directing back to an article or something that they themselves have said, where it comes from a source of truth from this person, as opposed to the T app where it's like you can just say whatever the hell you want about them, and that's pretty sketch. That's pretty sketch. Such as recounting negative dating experiences or vouching for him as a friend. So pointing out that these dudes are gay. I've seen so many people I know on this app. It's crazy, said Walker, a Cleveland area user who joined the app last week after seeing multiple viral posts on it. Like, oh my God, I would never think all this stuff about them. Also, think about the issues that you have with the fallout with this, where people have their image uploaded and then gets berated by people that don't like them, or an actual harassment campaign that's been organized that gets shared with other users on the internet that don't like a person and pretend that they know them just to say bad things about this person. I see this as such a shit show, like in the making. It's crazy to me. App users can look up individuals' names in the search bar or create custom alerts for specific men. The app also offers functions that let users run background checks, search for criminal histories, and reverse search photos to check whether a man is catfishing by using someone else's photos on his dating profile. Signing up for T requires users to take selfies, which the app says are deleted after review. Trust us, bro. They're totally deleted. Are they? Because we're going to get into how they're not. To prove they are women. All users who get accepted are promised anonymity outside of the usernames they choose. Screenshots are also blocked. Oh, really? Okay. So again, guys, this is going in line with talking about how the UK is pushing all these picture or photo verification to allow users to access areas of the internet that they don't want kids accessing. And they say, oh, it's totally one time. We're not storing this. Trust us. We're a trusted third party, not affiliated with the government. Trust us, bro. On Friday morning, a spokesperson for T confirmed that the company identified unauthorized access to one of our systems and immediately launched a full investigation to assess the scope and impact. About 72,000 images, including 13,000 selfies and photo identification images submitted at sign up, and 59,000 images shared on the app itself were accessed and potentially, it's not even potentially, I've seen them. We're going to go through them. They have been leaked. It's out there now. But remember here, right here, this is really, I want to make sure we highlight this to just make sure. This is Exhibit A for what people are always concerned about with the privacy of photo identification. They say it's deleted after review. We just need to do this initially to prove that you are who you are, but we're not keeping it. We're not going to. Oh, really? Because you got hacked and you kept everything. That's weird. That's weird. The spokesperson said the photos were originally stored in compliance with the law enforcement requirements, and the app is now working with third-party cybersecurity experts. Oh my God. Oh my God. Here you go. Ready? Let's get into it. I could keep reading this, but it gets even better. Let's go to another one from NBC on the follow-up. Hackers leak 13,000 user photos designed as a woman's safe space. The viral app requires new users to take selfies, which it says it deletes after review. By the way, guess what they don't do after review? Hackers have breached the T app. Why does it do that? Which recently went viral as place for women to safely talk about men. And tens of thousands of women's selfies and photo IDs have now seemingly been leaked online. Spokesperson confirmed the hack on Friday. The company estimates 72,000 images and 13,000 verified photos and images of government IDs have been accessed. So we have government IDs, screenshots of licenses that have been blurred out. This is raw alerts saying breaking. The controversial women-only app T has suffered a massive data breach, leaking nearly 60 gigabytes of verified user selfies and verification photos. Earlier today, the women-only app T, a platform where users anonymously post warnings, which, by the way, hold on, women-only app. What if you're a dude that pretends you're a girl? That kind of flies in the face of what these same exact women always push for, doesn't it? And share information about men to flag red flags was allegedly hacked by users on 4chan. The breach exposed tens of thousands of users' uploaded selfies and verification images, sparking serious privacy concerns. Often labeled as a man-doxxing app by critics, which is, I would say, if it was just a green or a red, and it forced you to be in the area of the person and it was anonymous and you couldn't search by name, I'd say that's fine. But when you're able to search by name, you can do it from anywhere, then that involves potential targeted harassment for men that maybe have a lot of people online that don't like them for their particular worldviews, but they're actually a perfectly fine gentleman out there. It's curious. T was founded by Sean Cook, who created the platform after his mother was catfished and unknowingly engaged with men who had criminal records while online dating. Driven by a mission to make dating safer for women, Cook built T as the first ever safety-focused dating platform exclusively for women. We have an update here. Update. Maps are now being created by users to track the women who were doxing men by sharing their personal information on the T app, an app known for mocking and exposing men after it suffered a major data breach by 4chan. Yikes. I think Alaska might be in the clear for the most part, but damn, uh, Midwest, damn. This comes to us from Stutter and Craig, who said, all I know about the T app is this was 2 of its users. And that's really all I need to know. I know you're all shocked. And then we have Savvy, who said, this is why age verification is stupid. The T app vibe coded, which is basically talentless losers who take nothing seriously and can't code worth a damn. Verification data is stored and has been even suspected of being sold. It's not illegal everywhere to do that. Hacks, or in this case, finding the publicly available storage location, happen easily, which this is what I want to really focus on. NBC and everyone else in major news media is saying it's a hack. It's not a hack. It's just a publicly available storage location that you can type in the browser and find. Given the DEI hiring and how no one takes things seriously in government, this will happen if we allow the current legislation to persist. You cannot trust companies or the government with your data. Ever. Here we go. The T app has been hacked, and you can go download 60 gigs of user selfies right now. The hack is real. A picture of someone I know who signed up just to see what was on there was in it. This was an obvious vibe-coded app and was bound to be insecure. All it took, not my code, writing. So you could literally create a script with ChatGPT to hack this and find all this information on it. If you ever wanted to see people's selfies without filters, I've got the dump for you. Let's vote. Is this actually a hack? No, it's not. I mean, they just kind of left everyone's stuff up publicly. So calling this a hack does seem, yeah, it's not a hack. It's the devs should definitely go to jail. Yeah, the devs should definitely go to jail. If they're saying that this is going to be deleted after it takes a picture of you and is not, there needs to be actual legal repercussions against those people. This is crazy. The app developers just closed the bucket after thousands of people were able to scrape it a final time. More than 60 gig of user Selfies. App idea. Facial recognition that warns you if a date was trying to use this godforsaken app. That's a great app idea. You can just use the 60 gigs of storage, upload all of that to your app, and then run that by if someone shares a photo related to that, do a facial recognition scan of that person to see if they've used this app. And that would be a clear red flag. I don't want to date this girl. She's crazy. Dev says, lol, I saw you like over on Twitter in real time. Yeah, good times, good times. The metadata was not removed. Even worse than this, the images have location in the metadata. People are making maps of all the users. The lawsuit for this is going to be insane. This is not the last we've heard about this. This is crazy. This is absolutely crazy. What pirate software tried to claim the hack? Yeah, exactly. Exactly. This is a massive yikes. Massive, massive yikes. I'm curious. The T-app says they delete verification pictures right after confirming someone's a woman. But the data breach today has pictures going back to when the app was created. I've also confirmed there are pictures for people who are already verified. Are they liable for that lie? This guy says probably only under CCPA for California, which has $750 fine for each instance of unencrypted, unauthorized disclosures. Could be over 10 million here. Under normal tort and contract laws, they would probably lose, but it would be hard to establish significant damages. I do wonder about the fallout from this. I feel like this is going to be one of those situations where they send everyone like a $10 coupon for like Dunkin' Donuts or Starbucks. Be like, sorry, we leaked your data. Have a free coffee. But I'll leave that one there.